welcome to Egypt. Oh my goodness, no need to explain where we are right now. I'm so excited. My feelings about being here are actually quite emotional. This is incredible. We're going to take you around. We're travelling up to Alexandria, but we have stopped at an ancient Coptic Christian monastery called Bolshoi Monastery, and it's amazing. It started to be built about 300 years after Christ. Very interesting. Alexandria, ancient catacombs. Here we are inside the Alexandria Library. We're getting our intellectual on. This at one point in ancient history was the largest library in the world until it burnt down in Caesar's time. When you're in Egypt and you want to see the pyramids, you have to do it Egyptian style. Welcome aboard my camel. He's the Sphinx, half pharaoh, half lion, and he's guarding the entrance to the pyramid. We are now in Luxor, and this is Cairo Temple. It is a massive site, and there's engravings, carvings, paintings, statues. The place is incredible. This is Luxor Temple, also built by Ramses the Great, or Ramses II, and it lines up in 3 miles. There's an avenue of sphinxes that goes all the way to to Kunak Temple that we were at this morning. And we also went to a museum, which was awesome because we saw things I've seen in books since I was a child, and we saw them in real life. This is the temple of Queen Hatshepsut. This was built 1500 years before Christ and is carved out of limestone. She was the only queen that was also a king because she became the pharaoh. Welcome to the Valley of the Kings. It's full of tombs of all the pharaohs and their families and things like that, and so we're going to get to go in a few. We're going down into the tomb of Ramses I. We're about to enter the tomb of Ramses IV. I'm actually here in the tomb of King Tutankhamun. Incredible. It's quite hot and claustrophobic in here, but the paintings on the walls are amazing. Imagine coming in here and finding his tomb and all his possessions, opening that huge coffin and seeing that extraordinary gold mask. Wow. We're about to tackle the Valley of the Vendors. La
شكرا. $5. Acá, mira. Señora, mira.
So, this is what cruising the Nile looks like. We're aboard for 4 nights our Nile River cruise. We left from Luxor and we end up in Aswan after 4 nights. Today we are visiting Edfu Temple. Edfu Temple was built by the Greeks for the Egyptians in about 300 BC. Interesting fact, the early Christians who fled to Alexandria, then when Roman persecution was really bad there, fled down here to Edfu for protection and safety. This is Abu Simbel. The scale of this place is amazing. It's carved out of rock. It was transported piece by piece from over the other side of a man-made lake so that the Nile wouldn't flood, and brought to this spot. And next to it, this was the temple of Ramses the Great. Next to it is the temple of his wife, Nefertari, and we've been through there as well. We are cruising down the Nile on our own little special boat. We've just come off a felucca, which is a traditional sailboat on the Nile, and we're going to visit a Nubian village. The Nubian people live on the south side of Aswan, and they're just a different group of people, and we're going to see how they live. They have different architecture and a different way of life, and they're going to show us around, so we're looking forward to it. This morning we have done a tour of Cairo, and we started off at the Saladin Citadel, and that included the Muhammad Ali Mosque. Not Muhammad Ali, but someone that was great in their history. It's also known as the Alabaster Mosque because inside it's all built from alabaster. Following that, we went to a hanging Coptic Christian church. Coptic meaning Egyptian, so it's an Egyptian Christian church, and that was really interesting as it had signs of where nearby Mary and Joseph had fled with baby Jesus back when King Herod was trying to slaughter all the babies at the same age as under 2. Following that, now we've been waiting for this the whole week, and we are finally at a souk, or a bazaar. So it's time to go and spend some money. Sadly, tonight is our last night of our time here in Egypt and our trip overall, and we begin our long trek home tomorrow. Thanks to everybody that has joined in with us. We have had the best time bringing it to you, but I hope you've enjoyed it just as a little bit as much as we have doing it. It's just been an amazing experience. Natural wonders, man-made wonders, and we've also been challenged with our history and in our hearts. Thanks for coming along.